Randy Orton set to return at Survivor Series War Games.
AEW announced a Continental Classic breakfast tournament.
Sounds delicious. Sheamus is also set to return to the ring very soon.
Mercedes Mone may also return to the ring very soon.
Allie is released by AE Dubs.
So she won't be returning to the ring very soon?
She won't.
Okay.
Well, at least not with AEW. But what does it all mean for Butcher and the Blade? We'll let you know.
That is a question. Well, WWE's Tribute to the Troops has been announced for December, Carl.
Oh. And Brock Lesnar to return at the Royal Rumble. Anthony, when's all this coming up?
It's all coming up right freaking now.
Yes, it is. Except for Brock Lesnar's return, which is supposedly
apparently
at
the Royal Rumble.
I noticed how I just got all the return ones this week. Made life easy on myself. Just the same story 3 times.
They're back. Next.
But the first of which, by our friends Frightful, Randy Orton is going to be the 5th member of the babyface team for War Games. Currently.
The babyface team? Who's on the babyface team?
Cody.
Any babyfaces?
Cody, Jay, Sammy. That other guy, Death.
Since Jay actually left his whole tag team and he's on his own, yeah,
on
my own since day one.
Yeah, he's been.
Has he done anything other than team up with people?
Yeah, not really.
No, he's just constantly siding up people. I'm not used to being alone.
Go find your twin, fuckface. But this is quite interesting. I mean, firstly, Randy Orton's coming back. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
But anyone who saw Raw last night, Drew McIntyre's finally turned heel. He's joined over the Judgment Day.
Finally.
That's all good and well. But have you noticed that this babyface team is kind of... I don't know whether they've said this as much, but it's kind of inferred. It's like Team Cody. Almost. Like Team Cody versus Team Judgment Day. So Cody's already standing on his own. But it's like, you've got the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins in your team. Why is it not Team Seth?
Because that's how much they do not give a fuck.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's the focal point. It's bad enough, but I forgot Seth was in the team. I
was trying to figure out who was in the team. Because I was like, are they doing another legacy thing? You've got Jay and you've got Randy and you've got Cody. I was like, but then it's Seth ruined it all.
Yeah.
He's no one's child. What's he doing there? He's someone's child. I'll make that very clear.
Immaculate conception.
Just appear. I know he looks like Jesus.
Whoa. But yeah, so
yeah, I mean, it's this kind of shit that kind of annoys me. It says a lot, and there's a lot of likable people in Team Cody.
Right? So you do it's Team Cody.
It's just easier. It rolls off the tongue better, right? But it says a lot when I think people are enjoying Judgment Day more.
Well, yeah,
I know you are now.
Well, yeah, Drew's there, baby.
Exactly.
So can't wait for that. But
got your Judgment Day t-shirt there for now.
Yes, get yours now at www.euroshop.com. Or www.shop.com.
Or local supermarket.
Yeah, or Redbubble. Someone's probably just got it. Probably on there.
Probably that.
Fiver.
Yeah.
Get it from there. But yeah, how cool is that? Randy Orton finally be back by the looks of things. So the belief is that they're gonna bring him back on Raw. So even though it's he'll be back for Survivor Series, I think he's going to be either alluded to or confirmed or appear in person on next week's Raw because they want
definitely one of those things going to happen.
Because it's like Dave Meltzer over here. They don't want people to think CM Punk's coming back. So if they leave if you leave it open ended, who's the 5th man for War Games, and then it's Randy Orton.
You got all your tinfoil hat wearing motherfuckers do you see a star in the background? It's CM.
Well, I think it was Sean Ross Sapp, obviously who broke the story on Fightful, but he put on Twitter the lyrics to This Fire Burns.
Oh yeah.
So everyone's going, oh, it's Punk, but obviously that song was written for Randy Orton originally. It was meant to be Orton's theme song, and then Punk was like, no, I'll have it.
I like that. Nice move, John. That's playful.
Trolling to the max, but yeah. So Randy Orton's gonna come back,
fucking troll level. Just crank that shit up.
And yeah, I imagine the babyface team's gonna win. Let's be honest, but
I don't know, man. I want Judgment Day to win.
Oh, I do. I want Drew to just execute everyone with his sword. Yeah. But
yeah. I like it.
So yeah, the Legend Killer, the Viper.
Yeah, and of course the Faction Killer, Cody.
Yeah, that guy. So yeah, let's see if that comes true, shall we?
Awesome. Well, Carl, speaking of things coming true, was anyone asking for this? I don't even know anymore. But AEW has announced that as soon as my phone starts working again, as soon as the 22nd of November, that's the month we're in, we'll be starting a tournament known as the Continental Classic.
I feel like before every word, you're like, before the tournament. On the
so this is going to be a 12-man tournament featuring 2 teams of 6, as I understand it. And it's going to start at the November 22nd edition of Dynamite, and it's going to end on the last pay-per-view of the year. And given that they only just introduced a lot of these pay-per-views, I have to remind myself what the name is.
World's End.
World's End. You know, like that film?
Yeah.
Free Willy?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you like a good tournament bracket. What do you think of this?
So what is it? Two teams to sit? I thought it was like basically like the G1. Is it like?
No, I think it's an overall tournament. But
two brackets,
it's a 12-man tournament separated into 2 lots of 6,
and the winners of the
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's the G1 basically.
Yeah. You're gonna have 6 on each side basically. Yeah.
Basically, Danielson's like, can you let me
for those who were listening and didn't see the video, you know. Sorry.
What the fuck that was? We got 2 on each side, yeah.
But Daniel Bryan's coming back for it as well, apparently.
Yeah.
It's just all the bones all healed up now, or whatever.
Also, Bryan Danielson.
No.
Yeah, but
he hit him so hard, he's back to the...
Oh, okay. Yeah, so effectively it's just a G1, isn't it? I know Danielson wanted to do...
Effectively it's just a G1 with a shit name.
Basically, yeah. Well, Danielson wanted to do the G1, and for whatever reason said he doesn't think he'll be able to do it at this stage in his career. But it's like, well, I'll make you one then.
Yeah, we've got G1 at home.
That's a meme, right? We need to do that. Okay, but it's exactly that though, isn't it?
So, all right, that'll be on our Instagram later for those keeping an eye out. I don't think Carl can resist that one.
That's cool. But no, look, I do love it. I love a good tournament. The problem is, right? And I'm getting more and more critical of AEW of late, right? For no
underlying reason there, Carl.
No underlying reason. No. One day we'll do a tell-all.
Stupid faces.
Oh, not at all. We're completely professional. But the problem is at the minute for me with AEW is everything's so fucking obvious all the time. It's like they're going to do this now, and it's like, well, they've announced Anderson first, so he's probably in the final then, isn't he? I'm
actually still surprised they haven't shit the bed with the whole devil thing.
Well, they might, yeah. It's Lost all over again. What? Every week we talk about Lost now.
I think, I'll be clear about shit the bed. It could still be disappointing, but I mean, like, shit the bed, like, oh, that's who it is out of nowhere when it's like, well, you know, it's clearly should be all in that. Is it all in?
Full gear.
What's it? Full gear? Fucking hell. All gears, right? It clearly should be full gear that we find out. Mm-hmm. That's the reveal, right?
Yeah.
And if they manage to get to the pay-per-view, I'll be pleased. It doesn't fucking matter who it is at that point. If they manage to get to the pay-per-view and not ruin that sound. Yeah.
Well, like,
I mean, it's obviously going to be fucking Adam Cole.
Well, they put themselves into a corner, haven't they? Because a lot of people are like, it's got to be Punk. This is going to be the greatest. Like, really? This is going to be the greatest trick.
It will be impressive if it was Punk the whole time. But this is going to be one of them shocks, right? While we're on the topic, Carl, I don't know, this isn't really what it's about, but while we're on the topic, it's going to be one of them shocks where you go, okay, that was shocking. But now let's digest this and go,
one of them shocks is shocking.
This is shit.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, like, if you will, you go, wow, that's amazing. They really tricked us all. We honestly thought he quit. And then you sit and think about it and go, so him throwing a tantrum about Jack Perry was a booking decision?
Well, Anthony, what if it's Jack Perry?
I mean, that'd be even more surprising.
Yeah, and that'd be shite, wouldn't it?
That would be really disappointing.
Right? So there's all, like...
oh, we're going to get him over.
Right? So people are expecting Punk. As you said, the most obvious logical choice based on the storyline is Adam Cole turning heel on MJF. Yep. People are saying, well, Adam Cole is injured. What if it's Britt Baker? And then, like, Adam Cole is actually secretly behind, like, you know, they do something like that.
I mean,
then you've got
Britt Baker,
Boy,
who gives, like, other than being with Adam Cole, gives zero fucks about MJF, so that'd be weird.
Yeah, it would
to be honest.
Or imagine if it's just literally Roderick Strong. Like, yeah.
Or knowing Tony Khan, it'll be someone from Japan who none of us have heard.
To be honest, there'll be a small section of the arena.
Remember that guy?
And everyone else is like, oh, let's play along.
But I mean, people even speculating that it's still MJF himself. And they're like, well, look, no, seriously, they were like, have you seen that one where they're like, oh, look at the evidence though, when people were beaten up, the devil went with them, it cut to a video, and it cut to a video because he couldn't actually be there because it's actually MJF, and you go, it's a nice reach, but I don't think that's the case.
Could you imagine?
What's the end result? MJF has a match with himself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I don't really think that plan works.
No. But it wouldn't surprise me if we don't find out till the devil makes the way to the fucking main event of the last bit of this Continental Classic. World's End, we find out, and it's like Roderick Strong. So kind of cool. There's a tournament, but
yeah,
I hope it means something.
It doesn't.
That's all
I mean, it'll be there.
Yeah, like what you win, do you just get a trophy at the end of it? Or like
you get a giant statue of
Tony Khan. So, I accidentally pressed the skip button there, so we'll talk about
let's talk about it.
So, Sheamus. The shameful thing that he's been out of action for a while.
Sheamus thing.
But apparently, he's coming back sooner than we think because WWE's live event pages have him listed for shows on November 24th, December 8th, and December 15th. Smackdown taping.
Interesting. So that's obviously the plan so far.
That is the plan so far. So,
but is he going to be wearing suspenders?
I hope so. Just suspenders.
Damn.
Nothing else.
Whatever happened to Pete Dunne?
Butchered him.
Whatever happened to the Butch Pete Dunne?
Well, exactly. They're kind of just there, but without Sheamus, they've got nothing to do.
Rich Holland?
He's kind of there too. But obviously, people hated him for a bit because of like the Big E thing.
He's meant to be coming back as well.
Did he though?
Recovery's meant to be going really well, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, I'll throw the rumour out there.
I hope he does, but yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to have Sheamus back.
It would, I think.
And to be honest, it'd be nice to see him do something other than just be mates with Drew, because that seems to be the main thing.
Drew's on Raw now, so
separate shows.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him because obviously them two had a series of bangers, didn't they? But he.
Although weirdly, we couldn't call the DVD that. Don't know why.
That's weird, actually. I could picture the cover right now. It's just banger after banger after. They're just eating sausages. But yeah, so Sheamus will be back soon. Hurrah!
He will. Hurrah! Speaking of back soon, Carl, Mercedes Mone has recently been speaking to somebody and confirmed that basically she is definitely going to return to the ring. In fact, she can't wait to be back in the ring. It's where she feels home. But the interesting tidbit on this was not only that she said that she's going to be back in 2024, which seems likely given that we've nearly finished with 2023, is that she would be back with some wrestling company.
Not how she means that.
Who.
Like some or like, oh, it's some wrestling company, all right.
That's some company.
Yeah.
So, let the speculation commence. It's going to be AEW. It's going to be WWE. It's been WWE the whole time. And it's just said go and do an excursion.
Could be Impact.
Could be Impact.
Get back with Trin. I mean, we saw her at All In, didn't we? So the speculation clearly is, well, if she was there, then there's obviously conversations happening.
Maybe Tony's going to go all out to get her.
What do you do with her now, though?
Put her in matches, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Like a wrestle people, probably.
Good one. But
no, I mean, let's face it. Like they'll have to bring it in, let the shock value kick in, and then build up some sort of story because there's no history there really. I mean, it'd be better with Impact or TNA now. It'd be better with Impact because there is that sort of history there between her and Trin. So straight away you've got a feud right there. She can come in and be like, "Well, no, I'm the boss."
It's a shame that you didn't stick with Impact because you could have had Trinpact.
Hey,
that would have worked.
No, can't think of a decent acronym.
No.
Trinity. Nice.
Trinity NA. Print it.
So yeah, I feel like it'd probably be a harder slog, AEW, because there's not what connection has she got there really. You know what I mean? Storyline wise.
Yeah.
So they have to build some shit, which is not impossible. But she'll come in like a big deal and it's like, what do we do now? Sure. And then they don't know. But obviously there's a big sort of history of AEW sort of shit in the bed with the women's division.
Well,
people historically moan about it. They don't get a lot of TV time.
No.
I mean, the timeless Tony Storm stuff is going down really well. I feel like they've kind of finished with the Outcast thing.
Yeah, that's kind of gone a bit weird, hasn't it?
Well, it's like, they're a tag team kind of now, and now there's some sort of love angle. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I suppose, though, that's what you could do with Mercedes is the whole Saraya thing, since she's the one who ended her career. So it's like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so that's there. But you'll have to, remind people first of all.
Yeah. But then you've obviously got the Tony Storm stuff. You've got, Shida would be a decent opponent for her and things like that. So.
And who knows where the belt's going to be by then, because they like to just, change that at will.
Serena Deeb's still there, just not been on TV even forever. I think they're waiting for a way to reintroduce her, so I'd want to see that.
Yeah, she's badass, and that'd be a great match.
It would.
So, but yeah, who knows? Possibilities are endless. But
Mercedes Mone will be somewhere in 2024.
She's all about the Mone, but I low key hope that it would be impactful.
Well, yeah, but Tony has got a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fucking money.
So, yeah, speaking of the AEW Women's Division, bit of an unfortunate one this. So, Allie, the bunny, you may know her as, has been, I guess, she's parted ways with AEW. Seems to be by mutual consent, by from what I'm hearing. But, yeah, one of the OGs, it's a shame, really. Her and Penelope Ford, I thought could do something decent if they ever had like a tag team division stuff going on. But, yeah, seems like she's gone. I know she's been away for quite a while with an injury. She came back not too long ago, but just as like a valet.
It's a shame. We've not really got to see a lot of her in the ring, and I'm not. You wonder what's gone on there, don't you?
Well, yeah,
because she is an OG. You'd expect. I don't know. I mean, it's similar. Like I suppose she was always in that. Am I just starting rumors here? She was always in that sort of Cody OG kind of group, though, wasn't she? You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, as the shine gone off the apple with AEW with certain people.
Well, I mean, it's obviously not big enough news to put it on the news, but while we're talking about AEW, it seems like the Young Bucks are no longer listed as EVPs.
Interesting.
On the roster. So you mentioned that initial kind of Cody bubble. Only really Kenny and Jericho left of the OGs who are...
Tony's lost his fucking mind just sacking everyone who's got something to do with it. Like, yeah. You're not an EVP. Well, exactly. You don't get to know nothing. Secrets.
But you may be asking yourself, so if Allie's gone, what's that mean for Butcher and the Blade, since she is married to the Blade? But apparently it doesn't mean anything because they're still signed, they're still there, they're still doing what they do.
Sounds.
So
yeah, I heard rumours that they were leaving too.
Okay.
They assume just rumours because that's what the internet does. Well, yeah. If she's going, then they must be. And then that becomes, they definitely are, because that's how the internet works.
Yeah. I mean, we've not seen them in ages either. Again, they were like an OG tag team and really good at that. So
now I've heard that she's going to be concentrating on her online career, let's say.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Because she'll make a lot more bank that way.
Well, yeah.
It's potentially true because that is you just can make an absolute fucking fortune. Well, we can't. Well, but you can make an absolute fucking fortune now. And more power to them.
Mandy Rose.
If he doesn't call it AliExpress, I'm going to be pissed off.
Fucking brilliant. Nice. Mandy Rose proved that case in point, didn't she? But I also wonder about Rebel or Reba. We've not seen her on AWTV in a long time, but nothing's been mentioned there.
Well, very underutilized.
Is she still there? She's still with the company? I don't really know.
I mean, she still posts on IG, but nothing ever really wrestling related, so I don't even know if she's with any company.
I wonder whether it's something like that. But if Allie does stick with wrestling, obviously she could go back to TNA.
Maybe she should go back to Ring of Honor.
But yeah, hopefully whatever's going on with her, she's happy at the end of the day.
It's just when you consider the amount of talent that's going on, like Maria Kanellis is an AEW person, technically speaking now.
Yeah, which is only ever on Ring of Honor.
I understand they wanted her for Ring of Honor because she, like, the Women's Wrestling Army was sort of part of the Ring of Honor thing. But, like, seriously, man, like, her whole faction, like, that would be just a good move, AEW-wise. I just don't understand the booking half the time. I really don't.
No. Interesting.
Indeed. You know what else is interesting, Carl? Tribute to the Troops is coming back in December, and is actually looking like it's going to be replacing SmackDown on a Friday night time slot.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're just doing it like, because they used to go obviously overseas and stuff, didn't they, and do tribute to the troops, like for the troops, like in front of the troops. But I think that they kind of, I don't think they ever stopped it. Maybe they did for 1 year. But the recent ones have just kind of been just normal shows. But
maybe the pandemic started that, and now it's like, or they just saw what AEW was doing and gone, sometimes we can do a themed thing and not have to move at all. I mean, just stay exactly where we are.
Yeah.
But no, it's always nice when you do a tribute to the troops. I don't know what it means. Like, it's interesting that they basically, it seems they're just going to be taking over SmackDown's time slots. That's an interesting approach.
It is.
It's essentially a brand of SmackDown there. Yeah. It's like when they do that with Dynamite every once in a while.
But is it like, as you say, like, you'd still call it SmackDown tribute to the troops or something, wouldn't you? But it's like the fact they've just gone tribute, it's going to be airing at that time. But I imagine they'll find some sort of way to have Cody Rhodes all over it.
Well, he's basically there right now, if you look.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll get some more detail as time moves forward. But it's definitely booked in for December, Carl.
Interesting. Speaking of interesting things, Brock Lesnar. Rumour has it, word on the grapevine, is he will be making his WWE return in the new year around the Royal Rumble. So it's not been confirmed that he will be...
Nothing confirmed, because he just returns whenever the fuck he feels
exactly.
Like.
I mean, to be honest, he probably just rocks up at the arena and like they're just like, oh, hi Brock, yeah, you want to be on the show? Sound? Yeah, make it happen.
Honestly, they've been paying him the whole time. He's not been there. They're too frightened not to.
Well, yeah. I mean...
He's like the modern day Haku.
To be fair, he's under contract with them still, isn't he? So I imagine he's getting money for just doing on. Yeah.
The modern day Haku.
I don't know. Would you like to see Brock Lesnar as a surprise Rumble entrant? No.
I mean, he's badass, isn't he? But like at this point, it's not surprising. He has time out. He appears. Be like being shocked that Roman's back. You know, it's like, yeah, that happens from time to time. It's not like for the shock value, I'm not that asked. But you know what? He's an absolute fucking menace. So yeah, let's have a minute.
But do you think it'd be better for them to just bring him back before the Rumble or after the Rumble? Or
I mean,
in the Rumble.
The thing is, I'm not. This may be an unpopular opinion, but he's already kind of like he's proven that he just owns Rumbles. He just turned up and fucking eliminated everyone and won. You know what I mean? Did he win?
No, Drew eliminated him.
No, yeah, Drew got him. Right. But it's like, he obviously is just going to rag people around the Royal Rumble. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know if we necessarily need him in the Rumble. Yeah. At the Rumble pay-per-view, maybe.
I mean, you could do something absolutely mental as you bring him out. And then, I don't know, who's a up-and-coming guy. Yeah, Damien. As soon as he gets in the ring, Damien just clotheslines him straight away. And it's like, what the fuck?
And then he drags him out of the ring and beats the shit out of him.
Probably.
Like, take a v Maven all over again.
Yeah, and then he'll go on to have a successful career just like Maven did. Although, jokes aside, you should definitely go and check out Maven's YouTube channel.
Yeah, man, it's proper interesting shit.
Very good. So yeah, them's be the news. That's all the stuff we have this week. Just 7 news stories. So yeah, quality over quantity though, right?
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, that's why you're watching this, right?
Of course. And for our beautiful faces. And obviously to listen to our
beautiful
audio
white faces.
Butter. What was it? You say something about liquid butter.
Liquid butter in your ears.
That's the one.
Yeah, extremely white, I believe, is how we've been described. Which, to be honest, yeah, hard to disagree with.
The ring light doesn't help.
It's not. It's not helping.
It's like what?
9
o'clock at night.
I am not tanned.
Pitch black, and it is what it is.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the opposite of a tan?
These guys. So yeah, let us know what your thoughts are on the news. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next one.